Good morning, scientists. It's Jessica Power, one of the science coordinators with Kansas City Public Schools. The last 2 weeks, we've learned about different science concepts. We've learned about the Earth's warming that happens from the sun. We talked about how ice cubes can melt from direct sun to indirect sun and how fast or how slow they melt. We looked at solar beads when you stick them out in the sun, and because of the UV rays of the sunlight, those beads turned colors. And last week we took a look at traits. And we learned that some traits or characteristics are inherited from our parents. And our parents get those traits from our grandparents. And we had a special guest on our show to help us with those traits. Do you remember who our special guest was? It was Bella, my Bernedoodle. And we looked at her traits and compared them to her parents, a Bernese mountain dog and a poodle. And we found that there were lots of similarities that Bella had between both her mom and her dad. And then there were some traits that she had that weren't like her parents at all. Well, scientists, this week and next week, we're gonna switch gears. Meaning, we're gonna stop and take a step back. We start school in just a couple weeks. And I don't know about you, but I wanna get my brain right and ready to be a scientist. So we're going to spend this week and next week talking about what is science? What is a scientist? What do scientists do? What questions do they answer? We'll look at how can we be a scientist? What are some ways that we can help learn about the world around us? And today I thought we can learn about what is science through a book. Our book today is titled, What is Science? So scientists, we're going to take a look at this book. We're going to read through it. And then there's a very specific page that I want to come back to because it tells us what scientists do. And we'll spend a little bit of time talking about what does that mean? What are those questions that we answer? How do we figure out about the things around us? Why do the things around us occur? Where do they occur? And when? So let's get started. Our book today is What is Science? What is science? You can see a picture of the world. If you look really closely, scientists, you'll see there's a volcano right here, a tornado, a hurricane, a geyser. There's land, there's some camels. There's the ocean. You see a train. It's a lot of different things. What is science? So many things. Oh, I see lots of different types of science on their books. The study of stars and Saturn's rings. You can see that they're out in space. They're looking at Saturn. Here's the sun. Got a constellation right here. It looks like Orion. I can tell by those 3 stars that make up his belt. The study of rocks, geodes, and stones, dinosaur fossils, and old chipped bones. We got some rocks on the ground. Ooh, this scientist is holding a geode. Do you know what a geode is? A geode looks like a rock on the outside, just a normal rock. And when you break it open, it looks like there's crystals inside. They're really pretty. They come in different colors. We've got some dinosaur bones right here and some barbecue sauce. I don't think we should be eating the dinosaur bones though, do you? I don't think so. We've got a dog that's digging. I think it found something. Let's keep looking. The study of soil, of oil and gas. So we've got a power plant, we've got an oil refinery. A lot of those things give us energy. Of sea and sky, of seed and grass. So if we look out in the ocean, we can see this little scuba diver's got a starfish. Got some fish in the ocean, there's some flowers. We see that our scientist right here, she's looking through a magnifying glass that makes things look bigger so that we can look at them and observe them better. She might be looking at this ladybug down here. There's also some seed packets. I think maybe she's trying to plant a flower. of wind and hurricanes that blow. You can see they're getting trapped in the hurricane that's swirling. Volcanoes, tornadoes, earthquakes, and snow. Ooh, got a big volcano that's erupting right here. You can see a tornado. I see these buildings. Looks like an earthquake's happening because the ground is cracking. And in the background, can you see that snow, mountaintops? What is science? The study of trees. Of butterflies and honeybees. Ooh, we can see right here, they're cultivating a little bee farm. Got the beehive. I bet they're making honey. They're getting the honey from the bees. I see this scientist has a sketchbook. What do you think she's doing with her sketchbook? Yeah, probably drawing pictures of what she sees. Making observations to remember for later. Got some butterflies. Glaciers, geysers, clay and sand. Our sand. They're making clay pots right here. Got our glacier. It's a large section of ice. And our geyser. Mighty mountains and rolling land. The power of trains, of planes that soar. Science is this and so much more. So into the earth and into the sky. We question the how, the where, when, and why. We question, we wonder, we hunt and explore. The secrets of caves, the dark ocean floor. The oldest of rivers, the tombs of kings. See the pyramids? What is science? So many things. Wow. Scientists, there was a lot in that book. If we go back to the beginning, there was constellations, there were planets, so we were talking about space. Then we moved on and we were talking about digging up dinosaur fossils and looking at rocks. We talked about looking at seeds that grow of grass, the sea. There's so many things to explore and learn about in science. But scientists, I want to go back to one page, one section. And that section tells us, what do scientists do? Let me reread it for you. So into the earth and into the sky, we question the how, the where, when, and why. We question, we wonder, we hunt, we explore. The secrets of caves, the dark ocean floor. So scientists, if we go back to this section right here, it says we question the how, the where, when, and why. That's what science is. It's all about asking these questions to learn about the area around us. This year in science, you're going to learn so many things. You're going to learn things about life science, like animals and plants, like traits, characteristics. Scientists, you're going to learn about earth science. You're going to learn about dirt and soil, and fossils. You'll learn about how dirt moves from one place to the next. Why do landforms have the shape they have? Why are there rivers in the middle of canyons? Scientists, you'll learn about physical science. You'll learn about properties of matter or characteristics that any object has. You'll learn about pushes and pulls, force and motion. Why do things move? How do they move? How can we change direction? How do we slow them down? And you'll get to learn about meteorology, the study of weather. You'll get to make observations. You'll get to ask the how, the where, when, and why questions. Right now it's summertime in Kansas City, but somewhere in the world it's wintertime. That's weird. So you'll get to learn about that. And as you go through your school year, I want you to ask questions. I want you to ask why. I want you to ask how, where. If you're learning about types of weather, and your teacher's talking about it's snowing, where does it snow? Because not everywhere in the world gets snow. So where does it snow? Where does it rain? Where is it a desert versus where is it the Arctic? We are scientists. We ask questions and we make observations. We question, we wonder, we hunt and explore. We ask questions and we make observations. Scientists, an observation is nothing more than learning something through one of your 5 senses. We have 5 senses. We have touch, how do things feel? We have taste, how do things taste? Although we don't want to taste everything. Some things aren't supposed to be tasted. We have our sense of smell. Maybe you've made observations about flowers. Different flowers smell different. My favorite flower is the gardenia. It smells so good. We have hearing. This allows us to hear. You can hear when someone's coming. You can hear when someone's yelling your name. You can hear when an insect flies by your head. We have our sense of sight. And our sense of sight allows us to see. It allows us to look at something and learn about it. As I went through this book today, you noticed I used my sense of sight to point out different things on the pages. Remember when I got here and I said, oh, there's a scuba diver. He's got a starfish. I learned about that scuba diver and what it was holding because I looked at it. I explored it. So we have touch, taste, smell, hearing, and sight. So as you go through the school year, scientists, I want you to use your 5 senses. I want you to make observations through your 5 senses to learn something. You have an opportunity to learn something every day about science. It could be something as simple as, well, yesterday the sun rose at 5:55, and today the sun rose at 5:57. I wonder why those times are different. We can make observations when we look outside. Why is it sunny in some places and not in others? What does shade do? When objects block the sun, how does shade affect those areas? We can watch storm clouds roll in. Have you ever watched a storm roll in? Where you see the clouds building up as they come to Kansas City? You might notice that some rain clouds look different than other rain clouds. These are all observations. And we use our observations as scientists to learn about the world around us. And we learn about the world around us through those questions in this book. Do you remember what those questions were? We learn about the how, the where, the when, the why. So this year, scientists, don't be afraid. You know what science is. Science is all around us. It's why everything happens. It's how everything happens. It's where everything happens. It's why scientists just discovered fossil bones of a dinosaur. It was just in the news yesterday. So as scientists, we're learning every day. We're always learning. We're always making observations. So try this week. And you can have your parents or guardian help you out. Go take a walk. Whether it's at a park or at your neighborhood, or go to a park. And I want you to make 5 observations. What are 5 things that you see around you that maybe you didn't see before? And when you have those 5 observations, ask yourself, why? Or better yet, ask your parent or guardian, why? Where? How? Because chances are they can help you discover the answer or they'll lead you to someone or something that will get you the answer. So scientists, this is on you this week. Go make observations. Go explore the world around you. Find a plant. Find grass. Watch grass grow. Watch plants. If you have some plants at home, don't water them for the day. See what happens to them, but make sure you give them some water afterwards. See what happens to things in the world around you. Ask questions. Make observations. Like the girl in our story did. She was making sketches. Remember her sketchbook? Right here? Take some paper outside with you. Draw what you see. Make sketches, make models, so that you can remember later. And that way, when the first day of school comes and your teacher starts talking about science, you're ready to go and a step ahead. I hope you have a great day, scientists. We talked about what science is today. We talked about how scientists ask questions. And next week, we'll extend that a little bit further. We'll talk about what are some skills or what are some things that scientists do to better understand the world around them so that we, as humans, can live in a better world. Have a great day, and thanks for listening.